That's right, the all-free music. Coming up, the abbreviated version of the quiet morning coffee at 10. Vic's not here. It's just me, an artificially intelligent system. We'll be right back. Hey, y'all. Besides that, about heat. Get ready for the broadcast. I'm all alone in the studio, y'all. All by myself. What's happening, man? Say something about it, heat. Free Music pre-show. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to transition. I'm here all by myself this morning. It's going to be a different kind of a show. No Vic, no switcher. All right, you guys, that's the end of the All Free Music pre-show. Coming up next, we're going to start the special abbreviated version of Morning Coffee with Mario show. Because Vic's not here today. I'm here by myself. I'm operating the system all alone. Me and this artificial intelligence. So let's see how it works. Alexa, drum roll, please.
Okay.
All right. Alexa, begin playlist broadcast transition.
Your playlist, broadcast transition, on Amazon Music.
For those of at Facebook, you're going to have to refresh your stream. That's right, we're going live. That's right, we reset. And we're coming live to everyone. Good morning. This is how you sound the body heat. That's right, dig on in. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Something your mind can feel. A broadcast machine, 24/7 days a week. A social media stream. We are not corporate. We're indie to the core. Free to do our own thing. We are who we are. And we are Pax Stereo. We are the new view. We are Pax Stereo. We are the new view. We are Pax Stereo. We are the new view. We are Pax Stereo. We are the new view. We are Pax Stereo. We are the new view.
That's right. It's time for Morning Coffee, you guys. There's no Vic.
Wake up, it's a brand new day.
It's just me.
Sit down,
I'm just hitting
good
buttons.
news train. Have your morning coffee with
Mommy,
Mario.
where's your morning coffee?
Every Monday.
I need a refill.
311 before the morning's done. Laugh until you cry. You can always rely on morning coffee with Mario. Every Monday. Morning coffee with Mario.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mario. It's a special show today because Vic is not here. That's right, Victor Allen is not here. Dad had to get surgery today. Something simple, just a little hernia repair, nothing bad. Vic's already talking about it online. We expect everything to go through and be nice and smooth and easy. But admit that Vic couldn't be here, and we have this ongoing precedent at Pax Stereo. When our friends need us, when our friends, our family need us, we're there. So we cancel shows, we do those kinds of things because to us, some things are obviously more important and we try to act as such. So I want to welcome you all here to Morning Coffee. So I'm by myself, so that means a lot of things are limited. There's no person working the switcher. When Vic is here, there's 3 switchers that cascade into each other, giving us, something like 5 cameras and 2 desktops amongst, just as a baseline. So there's no one here, there's no Vic, so it's just me, so we don't have any of that stuff. I can't show you any of the graphics. I can't do any of that. So it's just going to be me and you visiting and talking. I see everybody in the chat room, Todd and Helma, Shukla. Hey, Shukla, hope you're doing good today. Blessings and love to you. Lori Jackson, hi, Lori. And Michael Jason, hey, Ray. And, of course, PMC, my brother from another mother. I see Matt, Lachelle, and Ruby Ann, Deborah Worth. What's happening, you all? Everybody, welcome. Well, first of all, happy Easter. Where's my... I don't know. Easter's an interesting holiday. I'm a non-denominational person, but I study and read the Bible amongst other religious documents. And I know for Christians, this is the day where Christ arose from the dead. And so a lot of people were having different ceremonies. I always get caught up because I don't know the history, and I always wonder things like, where does the Easter Bunny come into? Where do they get these holiday symbols sometimes that are so different from the original purpose? But I want to acknowledge the spiritual nature of Easter, what it means to all Christians out there. And I want to say happy Easter to you. God bless you. I hope you had a happy Easter with friends and family. Give it up. Yeah, because people get together with friends. It's typically in the black community, it involves clothes and food and getting together and those kinds of things. And so for many, it's a big-time family holiday, perhaps one of the first ones that occur after Christmas. And so it's a big deal out there in the black community, which is primarily Christian here in the United States. And so, again, we want to say that for them. Alexa, sing good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning,
Good morning. That's right, good morning. All right, I got some interesting stuff to talk about today. Even with Vic gone and no visual aids, there's some stuff to talk about. One of the first things I want to do is say that a recent CBS poll came out yesterday, said that 65% of Americans currently support marijuana legalization. Give it up for that. It's about time. I'm a proud supporter of marijuana legalization. I'm a longtime user of marijuana. Working 30 years as a pediatrician in emergency, that'll make you want to smoke a little something when you get home. And I've embraced marijuana throughout my career as something to relax me and allow me to deal with the stress of my job. And it's amazing that people are now starting to recognize again how well it does that job. And so I am with all the other folks who are out there supporting the legalization of marijuana. It looks like it's going to be a national policy at some point in time. Remember, there are other countries that have already done it. Canada, it's legal throughout the country. So let's go. We got to get their recreational marijuana. Meanwhile, people out there drinking, which is deadly and causing all those things. So here we go. I told everybody I got the Mueller report. This is the first 50 pages or so. It's a really good read. I also got the audio book because when I got a little lazy, even though I'm learning about myself, I got a little lazy. I thought I wanted the audio book. I got the audio book. I like the audio book, but as it turns out, you find out stuff about yourself. I like to read it and then highlight and scribble. So I actually like to print it out, highlight and scribble. So I'll be printing and highlighting and scribble. Take a look at the Mueller report. Look, I want to show you, people say, well, there's not, then you get to this part, redaction, 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 redaction. There's a lot. Redaction. You can flip it, look at this, whole pages. Redaction. So there's a lot of people saying, well, they're yes, it's redacted. It's redacted, and as we learned today that different political maneuverings are going around behind the scene. to get a look at the full report. But let me tell you about it so far. It's a good read. Everybody should read it. And I'm going to be going into a little bit later about some of the specifics. But you got to get it, the Mueller report, out in various versions. You know, a bunch of the versions are coming out like on the 29th. I wanted the one that was available now. And then not everyone was available now. So I got the Washington Post. It has a 3-chapter lead-in with a discussion, which is kind of interesting too. So I have that, and also the Washington Post is the one that has the audio book out. So that'll be it. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit later more about that in the news segment. I want to give a shout out to Mac McAllister, whose Retro Jazz and Blues show is the pre-show, part of the pre-show performances before this. So Mac, thank you so much. Wonderful reflections. Mac is caught up in the politics, even though he tries to stay so far away. He's caught up in the Trump movement. So we say he's reporting on the president, who he claims is batshit crazy. Well, we know. Prayers out to John Singleton, the acclaimed director. Turns out checked into the hospital over the weekend for symptoms related to a stroke. So I got to give him some love and blessings, send him some prayers from all of us as he struggles with this health issue. So many of us struggling with health issues. John Singleton. Wow. Okay. Alexa, what's the weather in View Park?
Right now in View Park, California, it's 63 degrees Fahrenheit with partly sunny skies. Today's forecast has mostly sunny weather, with a high of 71 degrees and a low of 56 degrees.
All right. Other announcements. We'll do a bunch of changes and fixings going on at the website. Bunch of problems with the website. Got to give it to GoDaddy, who's been helping us work out those problems with the website. Want to encourage everybody to go over there and join, become part of our community. Over 9,300 members at PaxStereo.tv. Over 2,400 members at Club Pax Stereo. And check it out. Our sister site, which is one of the original ones I designed, Neo Latino TV, is now up to 95,000 members. 95,000 to our sister site. Give it up, Neo Latino TV. All right, we're going to be back this week. We're going to have Quiet Storm on Tuesday night, special programming. It's going to be wonderful music, live interactive DJ experience, which is the Quiet Storm, which will be here Tuesday night. All right. So coming up, remember, it's an abbreviated show today. It's an abbreviated show because I don't have Vic. I'm all alone here in the studio working this artificial intelligence myself. But I did want to discuss these news topics, and I did want to discuss some of the topics that we're dealing with in marijuana for dummies. So I can tell you, we're going to be coming back in a little bit for the news. We're going to talk a little bit about the FBI arresting in New Mexico a militia leader who's been patrolling the border, so-called patrolling the border and protecting us from the illegal migrants. But they arrested in New Mexico the militia leader. We're going to talk about a South Carolina 5th grader who died of quote-unquote natural causes in a fight, amazingly. And we'll briefly take a look at what it's like to be Pornhub's social media manager. Wow. Now, when it comes to the Trump report, got a lot to talk about in terms of what's coming up from Trump. He's reacting to everything. Last week he was really praising the report, showing him to be quote-unquote exonerated. And this week it's quite a change. So things are different here at Pax Stereo, and things are different around the world, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Okay, let's take a musical break. I always take a musical break here at Pax Stereo, which is part of what we do. We take a musical break tonight. This morning is no different. Take a listen. Here's a track I love. Where is it? You've Got Me. We'll be right back with some discussion of the news.
They say it might snow into May. There's nothing left to keep me hanging around. Still, you got me thinking maybe I should stay. Your letter lies falling on the table. My clothes lie folded on the chair. I'm usually gone by now, but I'm not able to forget the smell of moonlight in your hair. And if you're moving for your part, and if you want me to stay, and if you take this all on with heart, and if you say I can stay, I'll stay. The white mist has risen off the river, and all the birds have taken to the sky. I have no urgent message to leave her. I have no reasons, only alibis. The moonlight has left us both in ruins. I wonder if I'm really worth the fight. I fess up, I surrender, I lay down. Your bed of roses keep up for the night. And if you're moving for your part, and if you want me to stay, and if you take this all on with heart, and if you say I can stay, I'll stay. The fire is burning on the hillside. The fever is breaking over snow. I'm losing things I've taken pains to hide. Still, you've got me thinking maybe I won't go. There's really nothing left to give you. The best was gone so long ago. I can't forget the reasons I still love you, even though I've never told you so. And if you're moving for your part, and if you want me to stay, and if you take this all on with heart, and if you say I can stay, I'll stay. Still, you got me thinking maybe I should stay. You got me stay, stay, stay. You got me stay, I should stay. You got me thinking I should stay.
Besides out about the heat. Can you feel it?
You got me I should stay.
Can you feel it?
Stay with me. You got me. Stay.
Oh, free music all the time.
Stay.
That's Love Shadow, featuring the artist formerly known as Romancico. You got me.
You got me. Stay.
You got me.
You got me.
All right. You've Got Me, the artist formerly known as Romancito. Special broadcast today because Victor's not here. I'm here alone operating the studio along with our artificial intelligence here, working together. But Vic's not here, so that makes everything a lot different. Again, wishing him the best for him and Dad, who's at the hospital right now having a hernia repair. Vic's talking about it online and getting his stuff done. He's having surgery, and should be simple. So it's just his age, he's older. When they get older, we worry about him. So everybody send that love, prayers out to Vic and Dad. We're not expecting any challenge. We think it's going to be a nice mellow day, a mellow experience, and so we send our love out to Vic and his dad today. All right, back to the news. Good news, bad news, and other shit. One of the stories, I got a bunch of the stuff I wanted to talk to you about today. First one, the FBI has arrested a 69-year-old New Mexico man who allegedly has been illegally detaining. He and his group, the UCP, which stands for the United Constitutional Patriots, they are an armed border militia groups that spreads far-right supposedly conspiracy, allegedly. But they've been acting supposedly under the guise of working for the Border Patrol. Except the Border Patrol said that they are not working with them. The leader was arrested by the FBI in New Mexico Saturday on charges of possessing firearms and ammunition as a convicted felon. Wow. Wish I had some of this stuff to show you, but Vic's not here. I can't show you the screen. But again, so there we go. So these groups, again, I posted this to Facebook with the comment, it's once again Americans rally to protect the land their ancestors stole from the people they stole it from. Yeah, okay. There we go. All right, in South Carolina, story that I found amazing, a supposed fifth grader was in a school fight and died. A fifth grader in a fight at school and died, supposedly of natural causes. Now, as a 30-year board-certified pediatrician, I'm still not sure what natural causes are. Those are like lay terms. They're not medical terms. When you fill out death certificates, which I've had the unfortunate experience of filling out many, doing intensive care, critical care, you're not allowed to put certain things. You have to, they want a cause. You can't even say things like, a cardiac arrest. They want you to say secondary to what? Everything's different in different states, but as a 30-year board-certified pediatrician, I don't know what natural causes is in a fifth grader. I don't know. I'm not sure I know what natural causes is. It's like critical. When I was running the ICU in LA County, I talked to some of the other attending staff about what was the meaning of some of these terms I was hearing on the news, like critical. Because to me, if you're in the ICU, you kind of critical. These again are lay people terms that are not necessarily used in medicine that much. The patient's critical. We just use normally patients in ICU not doing well, doing poorly. But these days, again, lay people's term. But so in South Carolina, a fifth grader supposedly died of natural causes, and supposedly no charges will be filed. So again, we don't know what that is. We have no idea what that is, and waiting to find out more. In a different story, we always say good news, bad news, and the other shit. We were going to report about, I actually need the visuals for this. Vic's not here. But there's an interesting article about the woman who is Pornhub's social media manager. And she's talking about some of the issues with being her job and managing that brand. Now, of course, you all think it's kind of funny, but it's not, but it's really a big time job. They have a whopping 6 million followers on Instagram and 1.25 million on Twitter. So Pornhub, as much as we like to joke about them, has amassed extensive reach on social media channels, and they're doing a lot. And the person who's done a lot of this, is most of that work, is one woman, Pornhub social media manager, Arian Nathaniel. Can't show you the videos this week, and so I guess next week, maybe with Vic's back, we might get a chance. But it's really amazing to see this hard-working businesswoman who takes charge of branding Pornhub, which, even though it's porn, has got to be one of the most recognizable names out there on the internet, especially amongst young men. So, give it up to Area Nathaniel. All right. So, we mentioned earlier in terms of the president that he's going crazy. And he is going crazy because what's happening is a number of fronts. See, the one thing about getting this Mueller report, even in the redacted version, you guys, there's a number of things you notice right off the top, okay? So even though I've only got the first 50 pages, and I skimmed some of the other parts because I jumped ahead while listening to the news. Usually they talk about stuff, so I jump ahead. But even in going through that, one of the first things and one of the most obvious things is how inaccurate the summary was that was released by Attorney General Barr. Totally misleading document, which he didn't even have to do. As many of you remember, Attorney General Barr released a summary, which later he came out and said was a non-summary, but he released a 4-page document explaining what the report was doing. So it was a summary to us. And he used the terms like no collusion, again. He then had a press release, a press conference, where he again said no collusion, used the same terms, very sympathetic to the president. And then when you get the document's nothing like that. The document paints a very bad picture for the president and his administration. And basically, while not finding that they colluded, basically sort of seems to be saying that they were unwitting dupes. They were going along. They kind of went along with things, and they were attempting to do things. They were just like the Three Stooges. And as it turns out, the president would have violated more and more laws had simply his staff executed his requests. As it turns out, his staff ignored a number of his requests, including White House counsel Don McGahn, which basically spared Trump from getting into worse trouble. So that's why he doesn't like the Mueller report. It paints a picture of him as stupid, incompetent. It also points to at least 10 different instances of inappropriate conduct between the administration and the Russians. So when you start deciding whether or not there was collusion is not a legal term. So then you're talking about things like conspiracy to commit a crime. At least you'll find things that are damning of the president. Very damning. Very bad. The other thing is that you're going to find out that people of his staff lied for him. Sarah Huckabee Sanders right now is in the middle of a lot of heat because it's coming out how she lied for the president over and over, and there's down more and more documentation. Additionally, the president gets to find out what people who cooperated with the investigation said. So a bunch of people are around the White House are nervous. They're nervous about the president's reaction to what was their testimony, their cooperation with the special counsel, and they're nervous about the future. We're all sitting around waiting to see what happens, what heads may roll, which of his previous staff he's going to be criticizing. Now, since I've been out here all this morning getting stuff ready, and remember, today I'm without Vic. So I'm doing my own stuff. I'm trying to look about what Trump's saying, and Trump says nobody disobeys his orders. So this is the part that's so funny. The only reason he's not in trouble.
Got to bring you guys some breaking news here.
Oh, stop that. Okay, stop that. But really, one of the reasons he's not in even worse trouble is because the staff failed to execute his orders. Trump's coming out this morning saying nobody he's assisting, nobody disobeys my orders. Not even a little bit. So, amazing. That's what's happening this morning. I'm just looking to see what's being said around. So that's one of the things that's being said around the world. Let's just search Trump, TRUMP, and get the latest here. Now he says he won't nominate Herman Cain to the Federal Reserve. Well, bravo for that. He's suing to block that congressional subpoena to his financial records and tax returns. And so this stuff is occupying them now. So this is what's occupying the president's mind. So we'll see. We're going to see. Mueller's going to be subpoenaed to investigate. To speak before the House. I don't know if he's going to be requested to speak. I don't know if he's subpoenaed. They may have to subpoena him, but we're going to find out. Rudy Giuliani, idiot, is logging in already. With friends like that, who needs enemies? But I guess he's going to be coming forward to explain the president. But so far, the explanations have been amazingly weak. So we'll see. I'm reading the report on the investigation into Russian interference. Remember, this is the Mueller report. Remember also that 14 different instances have been referred to other agencies for investigation. 34 people indicted. Certainly not a witch hunt. And that's where we stand today. I wanted to come to you this Monday, even though Vic is gone, to talk about some of those updates and to see where we're going. So we'll see. Remember, too, you all, that the Mueller report is simply one aspect of this. And again, I told you, and I said in previous broadcasts, it's going to shift now. The Mueller report, the scope was very narrow. Russian interference in the 2016 election. Anything other than that was siphoned off to other agencies for investigation and follow-up. 14 instances of that. The Southern District of New York, very much involved in investigating the president's family money. So, like I said, my prediction was, again, you're going to see the family money get very much interrupted, and we're going to see things happen. All right? I'm Mario Hemsley. We've had to do an abbreviated show this morning of Morning Coffee because Vic's not here. I can't show you the wonderful visual aids and do all the things that I had planned to do because I'm working here alone. But I want to thank you for being here with me. Let's find some music to go out on as we do it this morning. Thank you, Facebook people. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Vic will be back. Remember, I send him prayers for Dad. We're expecting everything to go simply. No problems. I'm Mario Hemsley. This has been Morning Coffee. I want to thank you. What's happening, Smitty? Love you, brother. Rebel with no cause.
You want attention, said you looking for applause. See who refused the laws, didn't have applause. It was the summertime, till I said had applause. Rebel with no cause, rebel with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See who refused the laws, didn't have applause. It was the summertime, till had no flaws. Sit at the food court, 3 straight hours. White mini skirts with the airbrush flowers. We went to Sugar Labs and they appreciated that. And he would almost die when he let you wear his cap. You might have told a lie and abbreviated facts. If you came home late and were accused of being late. Me, I didn't smoke, mama, I swear. She's only gonna judge me and you know it ain't fair. To the bitty shop, keeping fresh hair. Blowing $80 at the damn state fair. Beach body surfing with the abs looking perfect. Hitting all the gloves, getting love on the surface. From ice cream cones to the Starbucks stones to your new best friend to your breakup song. They all play out like your favorite days. You love the summertime and it ain't gonna change. Rapping with no cause, rapping with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See who refused the laws, didn't have a cause. It was the summertime to us, it had no flaws. Rapping with no cause, rapping with no cause. You want attention, said you looking for applause. See who refused the laws, didn't have a cause. It was the summertime, so it had no flaws.
Hey, 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 hey. Thank you for tuning in to Morning Coffee. Be here next week. Much love to all the Facebook folks. Tuesday night, return for us. The Quiet Storm at 8 p.m. Thank you. Alexa, begin playlist broadcast transition.
Your playlist, broadcast transition, on Amazon Music.
See you guys. You were listening to Pax Stereo TV. Now affecting that transition, you gotta release that pressure. Thank you for being here. Peace.